I can't hear you clearly.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you now, clearly now. Good
Good
evening.
evening.
I'm so sorry. You've been very busy. I can imagine. You're even still in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
car.
but it's fine. It's all good.
We don't take this for granted. I don't take this for granted at all. Thank you so much. And I must say that you are doing so much in this space. And I just wonder how you do you sleep at night? How do, I, I don't, how do you do this? How do you go about all of the things that you do? People like you make me feel like some people have more than 24 hours. I think you have more than 24 hours.
So I think for me, it's all about just keeping to a very strict schedule most of the time. And then, yeah, so it's just about time management most of the time. I work with a very strict schedule. So for everything, I know I'm like allotting a specific amount of time for each activity and then what I want to do. So I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I just keep imagining how you're doing this. Okay, so because of time, thank you so much. I promise that we'll just have the conversation
Okay.
right now. So as I was speaking with a friend, weeks ago. That was before we even started this series. And one of the questions she asked me is that she doesn't think that you are a classroom teacher.
Okay.
She yes. I said, okay, I said she will have to wait for you to say it to her yourself. Okay, but before we get it, I need to read your profile. Maybe it will give us an idea. So Kemi Ogunsanya is an award-winning educator with over 7 years of teaching experience. She has taught across both public and private schools at primary and secondary levels during this period. In her current role, she serves primarily as a literacy educator working with Key Stage 2 students. She's also a Microsoft certified educator who has in her first degree, who has her first degree in English and master's degree in educational management. She's the convener of the Pristine Project, an initiative aimed towards advocacy of menstrual health and hygiene for females, as well as equipping girls in rural areas with entrepreneurial skills. I mean, you are a columnist. She's an editor. She has published in newspapers and magazines, and all of these things. I just wonder how you do this, ladies and gentlemen. Please let me welcome Kemi Ogunsanya. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the invitation. I'm grateful.
All right, so thank you. So how are you able to do this? And then you are still very active on social media. How do you combine your activities on the media with your primary role in the school system? And then you travel, you go for awards, you do all of this. How do you combine all of these things?
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to give some credit, a lot of credit to the school I work with. So yes, I work as a full-time classroom teacher, but then the school still gives me room to explore. It gives me room to be what I really want to be. Now, it's because I've been able to establish my value where I work. So being out of the classroom for some period of time to attend to some things doesn't diminish or doesn't affect negatively what I'm supposed to do in the classroom. So yeah, so first of all, a lot of credit goes to the school that I work in. Yeah. And then so being able to bridge being on social media and then being in the classroom. So yes, I maintain I'm very consistent across various social media platforms. For me, I try to spend my free time, or when I have, those free pockets of time, I have lots of thoughts running through my mind, at different times. So I just try to write it down, try to jot it down, and then maybe when I'm free, I get to develop it into the full-blown post that I get to push out on social media. So it's about maximizing those little pockets of time, those very little times, whether it's I'm on transit like this, or I'm just little pockets of time. Basically, that's what I think it is.
Wow. There you go again. Oh, for the period of this series, it has been coming out. Value, 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 and value. And you just mentioned it. One of the things that you have been able to do in the school system is that you have established your value. You have made yourself someone that you have been giving value to the school. So it's almost easy. I mean, it is easy for the school to let you go to do the other things that you do. I mean, that's really key. Thank you so much. So our discourse this evening is simple. How do we harness the power of the social media? How can teachers, because what I get most of the time is that there is no time. Teachers are too busy to be active on social media, because from Monday to Friday, they are teaching, and of course, Mondays to Fridays, by the time they get home, they're exhausted. So they just probably maybe they plan for the lesson the following day, and then they go to bed, and then the cycle continues. So how can teachers actually harness the power of social media?
Okay, so the truth is, unless the importance of something is known, abuse is inevitable. If you don't know the value of social media as a teacher, if you don't know what social media offers you as a teacher, you will never be able to make room for it. Now, okay, so if you don't know the importance of social media, you will never. Is there some noise interruption? I apologize for that.
It's okay. We understand where you are.
So, once you know the value of social media, you'll be able to create time for it. Now, it doesn't mean like you need to spend so much time. It's about being focused on the social media platforms you want to be on. You might be the teacher that says, "Oh, I can't be on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn all at the same time." Okay, so why not just pick out one of them for a start? And then most social media platforms offer you the opportunity to share your content across the same platform, across different platforms. I mean, so one content, you push it out on maybe Instagram, you can put it on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and different places all at the same time. So that would help you as a teacher in saving time. And then so it's all about the importance for me. Any little time I have, and it's not me looking for 1 hour, 2 hours, or no. It could be just 5 minutes, could be just 10 minutes. Now, as a teacher, you don't need to, you don't need to, you don't need to now sit down and say, "Oh, I need to look for this big idea to push out on social media that is just going to be, that is just going to take everyone with a storm." Why not start with the little things you're doing in your classroom? Why not tell us about the procedures, the strategies you're using to teach, the results and the impact you can see with your students? That's what I do sometimes, and it works for me. Sometimes I teach my students in a particular way. I see that they enjoy it. I see that it's a lot of fun for them, and then I just write something little about it. I put it out on social media, and then I get a lot of feedback and comments from people. Sometimes it could be from my interactions with the children I teach. Sometimes they tell me something so interesting. They tell me something that makes me laugh, and then I just share it out on social media, and then people are wowed by it. So it starts from those very little things. Start from sharing about your experiences in the classroom. Start by talking about yourself. It doesn't have to be something so lengthy. It could be just little lines or few paragraphs, but just start at least. Just take that first step. So that's the most important thing for me. Yeah.
Oh, wow, thank you. So, you said that many teachers are not using social media because they probably don't know the importance. So, how has this thing? I remember your post, so I don't want to. I probably will allow you to go talk about it yourself. That particular post that I had to copyright it into my own book to say this thing has to go out. About the fact that how the social media has helped you to achieve a number of things. Personally, I know the number of people I have met on social media. If I begin to give you names of dignitaries that I've never met before, but that I met either on LinkedIn or Instagram. I mean, it's just so. Please, how has social media developed your career or your personality?
Okay. So I'm just going to give 3 ways, and then I'll try to expand 3 ways that social media has helped my career. When I talk about social media as a teacher, I say that social media is like an oil well. Now, how much you're able to drill into it to get the best of it is what determines okay, so how well you're able to drill into that oil well determines the best you can get from it. Now, first of all, social media is a place where you build your brand, you build yourself, you communicate your value to your audience. Now, let's look at the powerful brands in the world. What do? They are consistent, they are valuable. Okay, they are delivering information, knowledge at different points in time. They stand out. And you know, for me, that's one thing. I've been able to build my brand consistently on social media just by distinguishing myself, talking about what I do consistently, so that's one thing. That's one very strong. I'm sorry, I'm a bit unsettled because I'm on the road, but yeah, that's one thing about social media. It gives you the opportunity as a teacher to build your brand, to sell yourself, because as a teacher, yes, you're a person, but you're also a product that you push to the world to let people know who you are, what you do, how confident you are about what you're doing. You see, there are many teachers that aren't so proud of what they are doing because they feel, oh, teaching doesn't afford me this, doesn't afford me that. Why not start from the little place you are? When I started pushing out myself on social media, it just started from little stories, just like I mentioned earlier. Nothing so serious, just little stories, and then people were drawn to those stories, and then from there I kept building on. Now, another thing social media also offers you is linking up with a strong professional network, just like you've mentioned before. You learn from people, you get exposed to people. I remember that when I wanted to start getting active on social media, one of the things I searched about is, so I went on Instagram, I went on different platforms, and I was searching out for top educators across different countries of the world. Top educators, whether it was in the US, it was in the UK, different places, and I started to follow these people. Now, from following them, I'm learning from their viewpoints, I'm learning from their perspectives. So I'm not just local in my teaching, I'm not local in my perspective as a teacher. I'm learning from global minds. I'm seeing what they're doing, and I see how I can also replicate these things in my classroom. So social media connects you to that network you need to thrive as an educator. And then when it also comes to resources that you need as a teacher, there are different social media platforms that offer you resources that will make your classroom engaging and stimulating. So I mean, so many times when I get to tell teachers the resources I get for free on Instagram or on different places, they are shocked. Because I'll display something. Sorry, I had to cut that off. Okay. So sometimes I use a particular display in my classroom, and then I have teachers coming in and saying, "Oh, Mr. Ogunsanya, where did you get this from? Where did you get that from?" And I just direct them to, to the particular page I got it from. There are lots of pages across different platforms that even have age-specific resources, for teachers. So I think social media provides you as a teacher that opportunity. Once you brand yourself, you push yourself out there, there are many opportunities that will come, that will come towards you. You have the opportunity to profit from it. I mean, yeah, so I think that's it for me. Just 3 things: building yourself as a brand, and then enjoying the opportunities that come from it. Just from social media, I've had lots of opportunities to have sponsored trips. I mean, someone sees me on social media and says, "Oh, Kemi, I like what you're doing. I need you to travel to this place to come and do this, to come and do that." All from social media. Sometimes I've never even seen these people before. They don't know who I am, but they've seen that credibility. So that's one thing. They've seen that credibility just judging from my social media pages, and they feel, okay, so this person is good enough to do what we want her to do. There are teachers complaining about, "Oh, my salary is this, my salary is that." What else can you do for yourself? From building a brand on social media, you can get a lot of income added to whatever it is your school is, the school or wherever you're working is offering you. So those 3 important things is it for me: building your brand, connecting yourself to your professional network, and then 3, having access to resources that you need to thrive. Yeah.
And on that note, I'd like to say thank you, and thank you. I, I don't know. You see, the it feels like I've known you. It feels like I've known you for years, and this is the first time I'm seeing you actually. This is the first time I'm getting to see you, and we're having this kind of conversation. And I'd like to thank you so much for all of the things that you have said. You see, as a teacher, you are not just a person, you are also a product. That is profound. And so, because you're a product, you have to get that product into the hands of the people. You have to get that product into the minds of the people. You mentioned it. Most of these multinationals, they regularly put their products into our mind. Into our minds, we see them. I'm trying not to mention names of brands right now, but Coca-Cola has been advertising for years, and then they are selling, and I'm wondering they are still giving us adverts. Why? We can mention many of these products, and it is not as if they are not selling. They are selling, yet they are still marketing, and then teachers just remain somewhere, and we are not marketing ourselves. So thank you. As a teacher, you are not just a person; you are a product. This is profound. Thank you so much. I think we'll have to let you go on this But please, is there something else you want to let teachers know, so that teachers can be inspired from I am sure that many teachers are inspired just for seeing the things you do. So what would you want to say to them?
So for every teacher out there, is for you to see more in yourself than just the regular position or title you have. See more in yourself, because it's only the picture. It's only when you see more you can push to be more. See more. See what you can achieve. See the opportunities that are out there. Explore opportunities. Don't be stuck into the 4 walls of the classroom. The opportunities are way beyond those 4 walls. So explore. That's what I'll say to every teacher. Explore as many opportunities as you can. Yeah.
Thank you, and thank you. Please, we'll have to let you go so that you can go back into your schedule. Thank you. I personally appreciate this. Thank you. I'll be in touch. So, all right. So, teachers, see more. And when you see more, you can be more than who you are. You're actually more. There is more to you than you ever know. See more and you will be more. So thank you for joining us. I mean, I'd like to thank everybody who has been a part of this series from the beginning of the month. It has been, our speakers have been giving it to us back to back. And this is just, and then there is this synergy. There is this coherence. There is this cohesion in the things they say, and I'm wondering if they are, they are hitting the same thing. Teachers, you need to give value. You need to see more. You need to see yourself more than who you are. I mean, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. The next series will happen in January. What will happen in December is that we're starting a conversation with the commissioners of education across the state. So that's gonna happen the second Saturday of December. So I'll be sharing the details from next week. And of course, my book launch. I'd like to especially invite you. I have my book launch coming up next week Saturday at the Bunkers, Lekki Phase 1. And so if you're in Lagos, please join me as I'll be officially launching this book. I have the book is funded by Professor Patitomi, so you'll be joining us in that event. And of course, Ogunsanya is the Executive Secretary of MCM Foundation. I met her on LinkedIn. We have never met before. So that tells you the power of social media. There are people that you will meet, people that you probably would, So let's begin to harness this thing that has been given to us on the platter of gold. Let's use it and be better people. And so I'm inviting you to my book launch on the 4th of December, next week Saturday, 4th of December. And of course, if you need to get a copy of this book, please send me a DM, and of course, we will see how you can get it. So thank you so much, all our speakers from day one. Day one, we had the essay to the Minister of State for Education, in person of Otumba Engineer Dr. Adewale Adenaiki. And of course, we also had Rhoda Odibo. Second day, we had Dr. Bimbola Ogundere, and we had Mr. Peter Piper. Day 3, we had Mrs. Okeinfu Ajayi, and of course, we had Toyin Sam. You see, all these speakers have been, I can't thank you enough. Day 4, we had Elvis, and we had Hilda Adamate. Yesterday, we had Mr. Akin. Some of our speakers couldn't join for some reasons. Today, we had Mr. Olarewaju, and of course, our potential teacher, Kemi Ogunsanya. The Ghanaian teacher has been trying to join right now, but he couldn't join. Percy Jackson, he could not join. I don't know what happened. Even Kemi had to use another person's Instagram account to join, and I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. I will be in touch. Watch this space with loads of content that you will be receiving. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend, and when you wake up on Monday, understand that you can be better than who you are. Be a better version of yourself. Thank you, and of course, see you again. Enjoy your weekend.